A Summit County native becomes the voice of the Colorado Avalanche. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News. First, gas is down to $2.83 a gallon in Summit today, the lowest average price of the year. Regular unleaded prices peaked in October at about $3 per gallon in Colorado and $2.89 across the U.S. They've been falling for 8 straight weeks. Current national average is $2.43. State average is $2.66. Experts predict one more week of falling prices before a spike for Christmas travel. Gas in Summit ranges from $2.81 at the Silverthorne Sinclair to $3.39 at the Silverthorne Exxon, literally 2 blocks away. Last week, we told you about Sister's Cabin, the 4th and newest member of the Summit Hut system. It sleeps 14 near Weber Gulch in Breckenridge and is scheduled to open by January 1st. Executive Director Mike Zobe.
It's quite close to town and the trailhead, but it was a spot that saw very, very little use for day skiing.
Further south, a Breckenridge ski instructor is turning an old mining office into another new hut, this one near Mosquito Pass.
We don't want to create Disneyland out there. You know, those structures are ruins, especially the mill. We would like to see it used for productive purposes.
That was Jeff Crane of North London Mill Preservation. 2 years ago, he and his wife dreamed of converting the historic office there into a ski hut, and this October, they won a $35,000 grant for renovations.
It's sort of ready to begin reconstruction, rehabilitation efforts next summer, pending a $125,000 grant from History Colorado.
Crane also won a grant through the Gates Family Foundation. He expects all renovations to cost $500,000.
It's an exciting project and something I'll be doing for the rest of my life.
Expected timeline for the North London Mill Hut is 4 or 5 years. Learn more at nolocolorado.org. Ice hockey is one of the fastest, roughest sports around, especially for the guys in the booth. Take it from the voice of the Colorado Avalanche.
We're unsure of what we say half the time. It just sort of happens.
That was Connor McGahey, a Summit County native loving his first year as full-time play-by-play broadcaster for the Avs through Altitude Sports Network. He grew up calling Tigers hockey in the early 2000s and admits his brother was a better player than he was. But Connor has the voice and hockey know-how to keep up with the pros.
You know the stories going into the game, and then the stories tell themselves throughout the game and afterwards.
On game day, the radio team spends as much time as players preparing and doesn't take a break until the season ends.
You are with those fans every single night throughout an 82-game season, and that's a lot. You turn into family with these people.
Tune into McGahey and the Avs all season at AltitudeSportsRadio.com. Mikaela Shiffrin made history at Lake Louise over the weekend when the 23-year-old became the first World Cup skier ever with wins in all 6 alpine disciplines. She won yesterday's Super G title by more than a half second. Shiffrin speaks between training runs earlier in the week.
I came into this week kind of thinking, all right, well, I had some great races last year and I know the track, but I still have to really put my nose to the grindstone. I have to memorize the course, spend a lot of time, and just see what I can do.
At Birds of Prey in Beaver Creek, Ted Ligety finished tied for 8th in yesterday's giant slalom. Germany's Stefan Lewitz took the win. Next up, World Cup women are in St. Moritz this weekend for tech races, and the men race at Val d'Isere. In sports, the Nuggets play the Raptors tonight. Tip-off is 5:30, and the Redskins play the Eagles on Monday Night Football. In local sports, brought to you by Deepwater Mountain Inc., all Summit High sports teams take the day off. Boys and girls basketball and Tigers hockey play again this Wednesday. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News.